Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today for this monumental announcement that residents, myself included, have been waiting for in Baltimore. I want to take a time to acknowledge those who are with us today. We have Councilman Antonio Glover with us today, representing the 13th District. I think Councilwoman Ramos is on her way. We also have our brand new Deputy City Administrator, Chi Nash. Chi, welcome aboard, ma'am. Deputy Mayor Faith Leach, Solicitor Shea, our Finance Director Henry Raymond, Director Jason Mitchell, Director Todd Carter. Look at that, I didn't even notice you. And Rihanna Eckel, convener of the Baltimore Right to Water Coalition and Baltimore Water Affordability Organizer with Food and Waste and Water Watch, and Commissioner Harrison as well. This group represents the immense levels of collaboration and the coordination it took to make today's announcement possible. So I want to thank them, as well as our colleagues on the Baltimore City Council who passed this legislation to safeguard our most vulnerable residents, especially our Council Vice President Sharon Green Middleton, who held countless hearings on this legislation and without whom we would not be here today. So thank you, Madam Vice President. Comptroller Henley, who also led on this issue when he served on the council, and Council President Mosby, who has long been an advocate for water affordability and protecting our residents. It took all of us working together towards our shared goal to get here. And today, I am happy to announce that the Baltimore City's Water for All program is fully operational and is now accepting applications. This launch is a significant step towards building a more equitable Baltimore for all, providing comprehensive protection for city residents and tenants and homeowners alike. As City Council President, I worked alongside advocates like Rihanna to lead the fight to pass the Water Accountability and Equity Act for the benefit of all Baltimore families. And as mayor, I've made sure that the advocates have remained at the table as we work to provide a water discount program that makes water costs affordable for our residents. Water for All is a single, simplified water billing assistance program for Baltimore's most vulnerable residents. Importantly, for those enrolled in the program, Water for All will help prevent unpaid bill balances from climbing. Also, through the program, the City of Baltimore will be able to help more low-income residents manage their monthly water and sewer costs. Simply put, Water for All will be a game changer for our residents. Standing this program up was no small feat, and I don't want to minimize either Herculean effort it took to get us here today. I want to give a heartfelt and deep thanks and job well done to the agencies that have been working diligently and collaborating over the last year to roll this out for our residents. Thank you to the Department of Public Works, the Mayor's Office of Children, Youth, and Families, our community action centers, the Baltimore City Office of Information and Technology, BCID, Finance, and the Law Department, all working together to make sure that this day finally got here for Baltimoreans. So once again, I am truly honored to announce the launch of Water for All, a first-of-its-kind water assistance program aimed at lifting the burden of the city's most vulnerable residents. This is a part of our ongoing work to ensure the responsible stewardship of city resources. And part of that responsibility means making sure the people that we can provide fair access to our city's water supply. Treating access to clean, affordable water as the fundamental human right that we all know it to be. I want to thank you all. Thank you again, everyone, for the collaboration and the hard work. And I'll turn it over to Director Jason Mitchell. Mr. Director.
Good morning, and thank you, Mayor Scott. As the mayor said, we are excited to launch Water for All discount program, which expands water access and water equity for Baltimore City residents and supports the mayor's vision. DPW is pleased to continue the critical partnership with the Mayor's Office of Children and Family Services to enroll residents in a new Water for All program, maximizing our ability to reach those in need and financial assistance to cover the cost of their water bills. Providing affordable and high-quality drinking water and wastewater service to Baltimore City residents remain our highest priority. This new socially responsible water assistance program is designed to reach more Baltimore City residents who are in need of financial assistance to pay their critical water bill. As the mayor said, for those enrolled in the program, Water for All should help prevent unpaid water bill balances from climbing. Water for All uses a formula to calculate the maximum amount residents should pay for their annual water bill and sewer services based on a percentage of the annual income. The program extends eligibility to 200% of the federal poverty level. For a household of 4, that would be nearly $53,000 per year annual. Baltimore continued to have the reputation of having one of the best drinking water systems in the nation. And with the reputation comes the responsibility to make sure that the most susceptible residents can afford their water and their sewer costs. Finally, as Mayor pointed out earlier, launching this landmark water assistance program is a result of great ongoing partnership among city agencies. I want to thank the Department of Finance for their work, the Baltimore City Information Technology for their work, the Mayor's Office of Children and Family Success, our CAP Center, and our dear DPW staff for making this all work. I want to sincerely thank our partner agencies, along with our dedicated team at DPW for making this program a reality. Thank you, and now I will turn this over to Rihanna Echols, the convener of the Baltimore's Right to Water Coalition and Baltimore Water Affordability Organizer with Food and Water Watch.
Hello and good morning, everyone. What a great day. We're really excited to be here for the launch of the Water for All program. This is a major development for our city, as has been said by the mayor and the department director, and this will help Baltimoreans have truly affordable water service. It's a pivotal change for our city, moving from providing water bill assistance to real affordable water service. This program will establish Baltimore as an innovative water justice leader, as only the second city in the country to create such a water affordability program based on income for low-income families. The Baltimore Right to Water Coalition started organizing to create a similar program to this back in 2016. And at the time, when we talked to people across the city, they shared their concerns with the extremely high cost of water and how it was a burden for a lot of families. And we know that this has only gotten worse as rate increases have hit every year and the pandemic as well. So we are excited to be here today. It's definitely, as everyone has mentioned, it's been a long journey with a lot of collaboration. The coalition applauds the work of Mayor Brandon Scott, the Department of Public Works, and all of the other departments that everyone mentioned. I cannot keep track of all of them, but it truly takes a village. Mayor Scott, as council president, helped shepherd this monumental water justice legislation that creates the Water for All, the Water Accountability and Equity Act, through the council and into law nearly 2 years ago. And we applaud his leadership for seeing this program through to its actual creation. And we are excited to work with his team to ensure that this is nothing but a huge success. This program will have huge, widespread benefits for our city. Nearly 50% of Baltimoreans are currently billed more than the international standard for affordable water service, which is no more than 3% of a family's household income, and some families are billed up to 10% for their household income. By capping water bills at an affordable level for low-income families directly correlated to their household income will provide consistent, permanently affordable water service, ensuring that water bills won't rise until families' incomes rise. Moreover, as the mayor mentioned, the Water for All program is the first affordability program in the city accessible to renters who make up nearly 50% of our city. Though for families in multifamily units, the affordability program could involve tax treatment that we hope to work with the city to resolve. It also offers water bill debt relief, providing a pathway out of water debt for low-wealth families across the city. And there is robust research to show that percentage of income affordability programs support both the community and the health of the utility. This program will help support the fiscal health of the Department of Public Works because when water bills are affordable, people pay them, and we'll have a higher collections rate, a higher percentage of people paying into the system so that we can bring in more money for the utility to make the absolutely necessary infrastructure upgrades that are crucially needed across the city. Percentage of income billing programs have been used in the gas and electric sector for decades, but as I mentioned, Baltimore is only the second city in the country behind Philadelphia to create such a program for water service. So with Water for All, Baltimore is leading in people-centered water justice solutions, showing that water departments across the country can and should provide genuine affordability programs to meet people where they're at. And we are eagerly awaiting the other half of the Water Accountability and Equity Act, the hiring of the customer advocate who will put into place a new and improved dispute resolution process and ensure that disputes are handled in a timely and accountable manner. We look forward to continuing this work with the mayor, his team, with the Department of Public Works, with everyone else who is here today to ensure that our water billing system works for everyone in our city and water is truly affordable. So thank you so much for having us here today. We're really excited and encourage Baltimoreans to apply to the Water for All program today. Thank you.
Thank you, Rihanna, and thank you for all your hard and dedicated work on this issue and many others. Now we will hear from Deputy Mayor Leach. Deputy Mayor.
All right, thank you, Mayor Scott. So good morning, everyone. My name is Faith Leach, and I serve as the Deputy Mayor of Equity, Health, and Human Services, and I'm also the Interim Executive Director of the Mayor's Office of Children and Family Success. Every day across our 5 Community Action Partnership Centers, the hardworking staff of the Mayor's Office of Children and Family Success is on the front lines, processing rental, energy, and water assistance support for Baltimore families in need. They are the unsung heroes along with all of the city workers of this pandemic, and I want to publicly thank them for their service and their continued efforts. Pre-pandemic, many of our families needed a little extra help. They needed some additional support. The pandemic exacerbated the need, and we are looking at close to 1 in 3 families in Baltimore seeking assistance with rent and utilities. That is why we are so proud to add another tool to our toolbox as we seek to support those families that are in need. Starting today, Baltimore City residents who need help paying their water bills can submit an application online, by mail, or at any one of our 5 Community Action Partnership Centers. For residents already enrolled in the BH2O Assist and BH2O Plus water assistance programs, you will continue to receive assistance. Providing a monthly discount for water and sewer costs for residents, as Mayor Scott said, is a game changer. And the Mayor's Office of Children and Family Success is fully prepared to assist Baltimore City residents with accessing this program. I couldn't be more proud of our partnership with DPW, BSIT, Finance, and the Law Department. I want to thank our Mayor, Mayor Brandon Scott, for his vision and leadership. It is his relentless commitment to providing children and families of Baltimore the resources that they need that got us to this point. The Mayor's Office of Children and Family Success remains focused on radically improving the lives of Baltimore's children and families. Please don't forget to visit Be More Children to learn more about the Water for All program and to access the application. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Now we'll take questions. It's on. Yes, ma'am.
I have a couple questions about the water assistance program first. 53% was the percentage thrown out there. Do you have an idea of how many families that is and about how long they've needed this kind of help?
Well, I'll just simply say a very long time. Water bills have been the #1 issue for anybody calling into city government since I came to city government in 2007, and I know it was an issue when I was a young child. And this is about us really fundamentally changing how we think about water and water billing, and it will help families across the city. And as we know, so many families were already enrolled into these other programs. We will hope to have even more enrolled here so that we can do the right thing.
Also, there was a mention of how there needs to be another employee hired, someone to help customer service is kind of what it sounded like. Can you talk to us about that? Like, when do you think that's going to happen? What is their function going to be? Is it just going to be one person? Could the department expand?
Yep, I'll let Director Mitchell give you the details of his plans.
Thank you.
Thank you. We did implement the Environmental Control Board just recently, and that was a way for folks that had trouble or concerns with their bill to raise that concern and get it addressed. The customer advocate positions, we are now is our top priority, and we're looking on bringing on staff by the summer.
Is that something that people can still apply for, or are you already in the hiring process?
We're in the hiring process. People will be able to apply for it and get that position.
Thank you.
Oh,
Morning. Just a couple of questions as well. Can you or somebody walk me through the process of what someone would go through in order to do this? I know you said that you can apply online, by mail, or at the centers. What would folks need as far as income requirements, proof of residence, things like that? What do they need to make this happen?
yep, I'll let the Deputy Mayor walk you through that.
Sure. So we currently have staff at our community action partners, community action partner centers, which are throughout the city, that are already providing support for utilities and for rental assistance. And so where possible, we're actually going to pair that support together. But essentially what a resident would do is they would either go online, they could visit the Be More Children website. There is a drop-down link that takes you to Water for All. You would click on Water for All, and there you would fill out an application, and then one of the staff in our processing center would then be in touch with you to help walk through which documents you will need to provide in order to receive assistance. So in addition to just going online and applying, you actually could mail your materials in, or you can make an appointment and actually go into our community action partnership centers where someone will assist you in person.
And from start to finish, how long do you think the process takes before someone is signed up?
So I can provide kind of an early estimate, right, before we've actually fully launched the program, but I would say anywhere between 7 to 10 days is our goal. So that is the goal of where we are trying to get. We hope that immediately we'll be able to meet that goal, but obviously we will likely see a lot of demand very early on. So there may be some additional wait times, but it is our goal to add some additional capacity to our community action partnership centers so that we can process applications much faster.
Okay, and I'm sorry, just a couple small ones. Is this online now?
Yes.
Or, so this is ready to go?
Yes.
It's 100%, so it's
Yes.
started. Okay. And then my other question was, one of the problems that we've seen over the years, as you know, are these inflated bills or wrong bills, leaks that people don't know about. They get these ridiculous bills. Does this help with that as well? Does it kind of wipe the slate clean, or how does that work as well?
This is a part of Director Mitchell's #1 directive from me, and that was to fix the water bill system and have it be a fair and just system. I will let him talk about the other things that he and his team have been doing to get to the other issues, Lowell, that you brought up that have plagued the city for a long time. But know that the director deals with that issue each and every day and is hyper-focused on making sure that bills not only come out, but they come out correct, that we're not sending incorrect bills, that we're not sending a bill to people for decades that we have seen in the past. Mr. Director?
No, thank you, Mayor, and that's correct. Our goal is, #1, to ensure that every resident that uses the water, get a proper bill, but not just a correct bill. And that's our goal, and that's what we've been striving for in DPW and going through all the process to ensure that that happens. And so we expect and we are seeing great improvements in those areas, and we'll continue to work to ensure that we sure that residents get the proper water bill.
Okay. Thanks.
Emily? Both of you are here today, so it's truly Emily
All
squared.
the Emilys. So Ms. Eckel sort of hinted at the fact that some of these credits that would go to people might be federally taxable income. So is that a concern for you? Do you worry that would put an additional burden on residents or perhaps knock them out of other assistance programs that they're receiving?
Yeah, that is something that we brought up. I'll let the deputy mayor talk about some of the other things that go along with that. That that is a concern, something that we don't want to hurt our residents while trying to help them. So, Ms. Deputy Mayor.
Yes, thank you for raising that really important question. So at this point, this would be considered taxable income. And so what we're looking to do is provide that disclosure to individuals who are applying for this support. In addition, we're also looking to train our staff so that they can provide benefits counseling in case there are those residents who might be at risk of losing benefits. So that is the short term. In the medium to long term, I think there's an opportunity for us, and we are pursuing an opportunity to actually see if we can protect benefits, because that is of the utmost importance to those families who are most at risk of receiving support from this program. So again, short term, we will ensure that we are disclosing that this will be taxable income. Medium to long term, we got to work with our partners at the state and then also at the federal government so that we can protect people's benefits.
One of the things that some advocates have suggested is using ARP money as a potential stopgap here, since it is federally taxable. Is that an option in any way to assist with this program?
We'll consider all options, Emily. And I think just to put a pin in what the deputy mayor said, I think it's important for us to all understand also that when you're talking about a necessity, that's what water is, for residents in one of the wealthiest states in the wealthiest country in the history of the world, this should not take away from any other needed benefits. And that's why we have to push our other partners to understand that.
Thank you.
Alexa?
Hi, I have a crime-related question.
Yeah.
One of the latest cases, we had a man who was shot while sleeping. I know you met with the governor last week. Anything immediate action coming out of that meeting you could tell us about, and any update on the case?
So I'll let the commissioner go into the details. As you heard me and the governor both say after our meeting, I'm not gonna tell you exactly what we're gonna be doing, but there will be intense focus and deeper partnership. We've already had the state folks working with us to help clear warrants. We're gonna deepen that partnership. We're gonna make sure that information is gonna be shared in different ways. That's gonna continue to happen each and every day. And I'm gonna also ask the commissioner to walk you through the productivity that our police department had over the weekend, which was another productive weekend for them, being able to arrest people for murder, for non-fatal shooting, for robbery, getting guns off the street, which they do each and every day. Mr. Commissioner?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Specifically about that case, what we know is that a bullet went through the home, struck an individual. Detectives are working to see if that was intentional or if that was a stray bullet from another incident. So it's ongoing, and there's no specific update to it at this moment. What we can tell you is that the officers did a lot of proactive work over the weekend, making, I believe, 6 different handgun arrests, 1 murder arrest, 2 attempted murder arrests over the weekend, and we're constantly putting officers out there who are doing a great job, making sure we're taking guns off the streets of Baltimore. I can tell you, as of year to date, we've taken 139 guns off of the streets of Baltimore. And so you're going to hear us talk about guns and ghost guns in the legislature and what we're pushing for to make Baltimore a safer city. Okay?
And Alexa, just to add to your question, when I leave you today, later on today, I'll be testifying in Annapolis for, I think the police commissioner will be too, for a bill that will force the court to notify the police department when folks who we have arrested for a serious crime, be it a murder, a robbery, or a shooting, that we alert it when those people are released pre-trial, so that we know and the community knows, so that we have more transparency, so that we can make sure that our neighborhoods are safer. Yes, ma'am.
Speaking of Annapolis, there was a rally today in Annapolis, business owners, residents talking about crime. They're frustrated with crime in the city. Do you have a response to that rally? And on top of that, is there any talk of using American Rescue Plan funds for your crime plan?
So we already announced that we put $50 million into the violence prevention plan from ARP. They're frustrated. We're all frustrated. That's why I went to meet with the governor last week to talk about how the state and us can deepen our partnership, right? When you think, again, about public safety agencies in Baltimore, one of them reports to the mayor. Most of them don't. And what we're talking about is deepening that coordination. And when you see the productivity that they have, when you see the work that our federal partners are doing with us on the streets of Baltimore, when you can see that happening each and every day, we know that we can continue to do better and be better. But I will put our detectives and our officers up against anybody. You can see in the rate that they're closing these homicide cases, where right now the closure rate is higher today than it was last year. And remember, last year we had a 6% increase in closing cases. We're going to continue to go after these folks, take them off the streets, and hand them over to the rest of the justice system, and make sure that we're working with our partners to make sure that those folks don't end up back in the community before they should. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.